think about what you saw in there?
Pretty impressive as we go around the state. Great to be here in Jefferson County today here at Mercy, and really got a chance to talk to some of the people in there that's getting vaccinated, and just the positive attitude everybody has right now. And I think it's long overdue with the vaccine becoming more and more available. You get to see these type of situations happening where today I think they told me they're doing about 600, plan on doing about 600 vaccines today. And as that expands across the state, things are getting better every day with FEMA coming in to help with that. In St. Louis, that's kind of a big deal for our state. And again, just getting that volume of vaccine out there to do it more and more people.
Are there any problems anywhere around the state that you see?
Well, I think we're still struggling. We still don't have enough vaccine for no matter what part of the state you're in until those numbers increase. We hope in April, if things go according to what we believe is coming out from the federal side, if we can get up there, the state level around 250 to 300,000 doses a week, then we will change the needle by the end of April, considering that's just the state portion. Then with what the federal side of it's doing, we should be a long way down this path by the end of April. Again, this is going to take, and when you live in the urban areas, whether it's Kansas City or St. Louis, it's just going to take longer by the volume of population. But again, with the federal FEMA coming in there doing what they're doing for 8 weeks straight, 3,000 a day, that's about 160,000.
And one last question from me. Who are you rooting for the U.S. Senate race, Greitens or Schmidt? And if Greitens wins, are you going to back him?
First of all, you're a long way from even deciding a Senate race. We're a year away from filing, and I don't even think it's a really premature conversation to even say who's going to be in the race at the end of the day. So we'll wait and see how that all develops as the summer goes on. And I think the big thing about that is next March, when people have to put their name on the line, that's when you start talking about who's the real candidates and who's not.
Would you say they're both good men?
Well, I'd say they both have every right to file for office. I'm not going to say who's good, who's bad, who's different than anybody else right now. Again, we're a year away from filing for election, so I know both of them, and I think most everybody in the state fairly well knows both of them. So decisions will be made.
Thank you, Bill.
Yeah.
Why was St. Louis chosen for one of the
I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
Why was St. Louis chosen for one of the FEMA program agencies?
Why was St. Louis chosen for the FEMA?
Well, I think just simply because of the volume in St. Louis. We've been in discussions with FEMA for probably since January, talking about these situations. The real problem was, is just getting the amount of vaccine in here to be able to do it. And that's what always limited. I mean, if you go back to when we first started, we had 52,000 doses that come to the state of Missouri for 6 million people. That was the first shipment that ever come to this state. And until we could ever get that numbers increased, you could never do what I call these mega sites that we're able to do now with the National Guard. So when FEMA got the doses, that's when they were able to come in when they got the vaccine. But early on, they offered to come in and help like a month ago, but if they didn't have the vaccine, it really wasn't helping us. And it wasn't manpower was the problem, it was vaccine was the problem.
Did you talk to anybody at the White House about this?
We have. We're on call with the White House every week. I have been for some time with their team that they have that's there now. Again, it's just a matter of trying to make sure we get the right amount of vaccine in, and those numbers change. It's why we were talking here at Mercy today. It's really hard to plan very far out because that weekly allotment can change on you. So it's kind of hard to commit sometimes. But again, you're just getting better every day.
Governor, Jefferson County had gotten rid of their mask mandate last week. Prior to that, though, they extended it a couple times. Does that prove your point regarding mask mandates?
You know what? The day's going to come and we're all going to decide what was the best thing to do. And I don't think anybody knows at this point yet. They all have different philosophies, whether you had a mask mandate or not. I know in this state we didn't have one. I didn't have one as the governor. We let the locals be able to do that. And I know we were number one in the United States with the lowest positivity rate. So I do believe the balanced approach worked for this state. And I believe we continue to do that. I mean, when it comes to masks and businesses, for the vast majority of our businesses, we're never shut down statewide. And right now, our economy is better than most other people. We're in the top 10 for recovery.
Governor, are we over the hump yet?
Well, I'm not going to predict that. The one thing we got to be cautious about this. I mean, the numbers look great. Hospitalizations going down. We're getting people vaccinated, the most vulnerable and 65 year and older. We're trying to get to those people. And those were really the ones that were going in the hospital, and those were the ones with fatalities in our nursing homes. So we've really turned a corner, I think, on that age bracket with the nursing homes and everything. But I still think there is much to do. This vaccine's not, or this pandemic's not going to go away. I mean, it's going to take some time to get everybody through this. And if 65% of the people in this state take the vaccine, that still leaves 35% out there that haven't taken it. So we still got to be able to try to recruit and encourage people to take the vaccine. So a lot of challenges ahead, but the good news is it's looking better every day in this state, and that's what I'm so thankful for. Again, I think it was the right thing to take a balanced approach, and I think that's showing it. But someday we'll all look back on it and figure out what was right, what was wrong, and we'll learn from it.
I will take one more question.
Have you talked to Dr. Garza since that whole flub had happened, and have you guys repaired relations at all?
I haven't spoke to him, period. I mean, it's just a matter, and look, you know, I don't have an axe to grind with anybody here. You know, all I want to do is put out the most accurate information I can to the general public. I think it's important that we do that, and especially when you're in a leadership position or you're being able to present that you try to get those facts right. And I don't think it's ever good to mislead the people of this state, and I never will do that as long as I'm governor. I'll try to make sure and do that. And, you know, he's got a job to do. I got a job to do, and that's the way I look at it. Well beyond that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Governor. All right. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. Let me know if you need anything. Good to see you. Thank you.